Stop waiting. Get up, get moving, and make it happen. Welcome to Live Stoic, Live Strong. Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning only to feel like you're still asleep? Trapped in a life that doesn't quite feel like yours? You tell yourself you'll begin tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year. And before you know it, a decade slips by. Here's the uncomfortable truth. No one is coming. No one is going to save you. The person you've been waiting for is you. Every morning, your eyes open, but you're not really awake. You lie there motionless, staring up at the ceiling, letting those quiet minutes stretch on like soft chains. You know exactly what needs to be done. You know. But your body doesn't move. Laziness settles on you like a thick, warm blanket. Excuses start whispering, one after another. I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired today. Maybe I just need a bit more inspiration. But deep down, you know tomorrow is a lie. A trick you play on yourself to stay comfortable. Each night, as your thoughts begin to fade and sleep creeps in, there's always that same restless question echoing in your mind. What am I even doing with my life? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. So many people just like you, wake up to this silent war every day. But here comes the truth most aren't willing to say out loud. No one's going to show up at your door with a miracle. No one is going to yank the covers off and pull you into purpose. No one is going to build your dreams for you. It's just you. You either rise or you stay stuck. You either take control or hand your life away to excuses. And that's where Stoicism steps in. Not as some motivational fluff or empty Instagram quote, but as a real battle-tested philosophy. It's about owning your mind, mastering your discipline, facing life with a quiet, unshakable resolve. This video will show you how to take your power back, how to stop waiting, and finally do. But before we begin, take a breath and ask yourself, are you ready to hear the truth, even if it hurts? Because this, right here, this could be the moment that everything starts to change. Number 1. Start now. There is no perfect tomorrow. There is no flawless beginning. So, seriously, what exactly are you waiting for? A magical moment where everything aligns? A day with no distractions, no stress, no fear, no doubt? That day? It doesn't exist. And you already know it. You say, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow is just a story you tell yourself so you don't have to feel guilty today. Let me tell you about a man named Richard. He had dreams, big ones. He wanted to launch his own business, get in shape, become more disciplined, read, grow, evolve. And every single day he told himself he would start tomorrow. But he waited. He waited for the right timing, for the busy days to pass, for motivation to strike like lightning. And then, one day, he looked in the mirror and realized 10 years had passed. 10 whole years. And nothing had changed. Same job, same body, same mindset, same empty promises. So let me ask you, are you like Richard? Are you still waiting for that perfect moment that's never going to arrive? Here's the truth. You may not want to admit, you don't lack time. You have the same 24 hours as anyone else. What you lack is discipline. What you avoid is discomfort. You don't act, not because you can't, but because it's easier not to. Because comfort feels safer than challenge. Because pain and difficulty scare you. But the harsh reality is, Life doesn't care about your comfort. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said it best. While we are postponing, life speeds by. And it does. Time doesn't wait. While you're standing still, life is rushing forward. And when you finally look up, it's already gone ahead, leaving you behind. You need to understand this. There will never be a flawless start. There will always be reasons to pause. You will always feel not ready, not good enough, not experienced enough. And yet, you must begin anyway. So now that the illusion of tomorrow has shattered, the question becomes, what will you do next? Because on the next page, we'll uncover the next critical step in reclaiming your focus and building real momentum. Let's go deeper. Previously, we shattered the illusion of the perfect time and exposed how waiting is just a slow death in disguise. Now, let's go even deeper, because the next truth is even harder to swallow. No one is ever truly ready for the big things in life. Not at first. Not completely. Not ever. We fool ourselves into thinking readiness must come first, that one day we'll just feel prepared. But readiness is not the beginning. It's the result. It comes after. You become skilled by doing. You become confident by trying. Experience is earned by stepping forward, not standing still. You might ask, but what if I fail? Let me answer that for you. Failure won't destroy you. But procrastination? That quiet, slow delay? That will kill your dreams, piece by piece. Fear is like a shadow on the wall. It looks large, but it has no substance unless you give it one. Fear only grows when you feed it your silence. But when you move, when you act, fear starts to shrink. It won't vanish entirely. It might still whisper from the corners, but it will no longer control your hands or your future. Remember the parable from the Bible, the one about the 3 servants who were given money to manage. 2 of them took what they were given, used it wisely, and returned with more. But the third? He buried his share in the ground. Why? Because he was afraid. And when the master returned, he didn't scold him for losing money. He rebuked him for doing nothing. Let that sink in. So I'll ask you, what are you doing with the opportunities you've been given? Are you using them? Or are you hiding them under fear, hesitation, and endless planning? Do you want to write that book? Launch that business? Change your life? Learn the skill? Break the habit? No one cares about what you intend to do. What matters is what you actually do. You want change? Then act now. Right now. Open the laptop. Write that first messy sentence. Lace up your shoes and walk into the gym. Pick up the phone and make the call you've been dreading for months. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. But perfect action? That's real. And perfect action is the kind that's taken immediately, not after the fear passes, but despite it. When tomorrow arrives, will you be repeating the same excuse? Will you whisper again, "I'll start tomorrow"? Or will you finally do the thing that changes everything? The choice is yours. But remember this, there is only one road that leads to greatness. And that road is paved with consistent, decisive action. And that journey? It doesn't begin someday. It begins the very first moment of a brand new day. Number 2, win the morning, win the day. Let me ask you this. Who are you when the alarm rings? Are you the one who slaps the snooze button and rolls over? Or the one who rises with purpose, ready to face what others avoid? What happens in those first few seconds after waking up? Do you crumble? Or do you conquer? Every day, you have this one powerful moment, the moment your eyes first open. And in that moment, you either claim the day or forfeit it. Time doesn't wait. It doesn't pause because you're tired, unmotivated, or unsure. You either master time or it masters you. Picture this. A warrior steps onto the battlefield, his armor loose, his sword dragging, his mind foggy and unsure. Would he win? Of course not. And yet, that's how most people enter their day. They wake up late, roll out of bed, scramble through a chaotic morning, and then wonder why they feel drained, directionless, defeated. You cannot conquer a day that already beat you before breakfast. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." So rise like one, rise with intent, because how you begin sets the tone for everything that follows. And now, if you're ready to discover the next essential principle, the one that sharpens your mind and hardens your resolve, stay with me, because we're just getting started. In the last part, we learned that how you begin your morning can either sharpen your sword or leave you defenseless against the day. Now let's talk about what happens next when hesitation creeps back in, begging you to stay under the covers just a little longer. You are not a child anymore. You don't have the luxury to keep pushing responsibility to later. You are not weak. You are not helpless. You are human. And that means it is your duty to act. So then, why are you still hesitating? Why do you let something as small as a blanket and a soft pillow dictate the course of your life? Why do you allow fleeting comfort to strangle long-term ambition? Why do a few extra minutes of sleep carry enough power to suffocate the dreams you once burned for? Here's the hard truth. You will never achieve anything extraordinary if your mornings stay painfully ordinary. Let's talk about James. James is full of ideas. Big ones. He wants to change. He wants to lose weight, build a career, get disciplined. He even writes it all down. Vision boards, to-do lists, mantras on his mirror. But every single morning, when the alarm goes off, what does he do? Snooze. Once. Twice. Sometimes 3 times. And by the time he finally drags himself out of bed, he's already behind. No time to exercise. No time to plan. No mental space to think clearly. He rushes through a chaotic morning, feeling off-center from the start. And by nightfall he promises himself again, tomorrow I'll be better. But tomorrow looks exactly like today, and yesterday, and the day before. And just like that, his entire life becomes a loop of good intentions and no action. Is that you? Maybe you're thinking, but I'm not a philosopher, or an emperor, or a warrior. I'm just a regular person. Wrong. You are a warrior, the warrior of your own life. And every day, whether you recognize it or not, you wake up on a battlefield. The enemy? Procrastination, laziness, mediocrity. And your first line of defense? It begins the second your alarm clock rings. So what do? You get up. Right away. No negotiating. No deals with your tiredness. No silent bargains with laziness. Don't wait until you feel like it. Because feelings lie. Discipline doesn't. You're tired? Doesn't matter. Unmotivated? Still doesn't matter. Because if you wait for motivation, you'll still be waiting a year from now. Get up. Stand tall. Take one small action. Just one. Do a push-up. Drink a glass of cold water. Breathe deeply for 60 seconds. Read one page of a book. Whatever it is. Send a signal to your mind and body that you are in control today. Not your emotions. Not your excuses. Not your pillow. But if you really want this to last, there's something even more powerful than action. Purpose. You need a reason to wake up. Because without it, You'll always find an excuse to sleep in. So ask yourself, really ask, what am I fighting for? Who do I want to become? Can I accept a lifetime of just enough of watching others move ahead while I stay behind, tangled in my own excuses? You only have two choices. Choice 1, stay exactly the same. Keep pressing snooze. Keep telling yourself tomorrow. Keep hoping while others are doing. Choice 2, wake up. Step out of your comfort zone and look in the mirror with boldness and say, I will win. Now, if you're serious about changing, I want you to do this right now. Leave a comment. Tell me what you will do in the first 10 minutes of tomorrow morning. Write it. Own it. Commit to it. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Because this isn't just another video playing in the background. This is the moment you reclaim control of your life. Number 3. Prioritize discipline over feelings. Let me guess. You've told yourself this before. Tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow, I'll wake up early. Tomorrow, I'll hit the gym. Tomorrow, I'll stop scrolling and start doing. But then tomorrow comes, and it looks a lot like yesterday. Snooze again, phone in hand. Another day lost to passive routines and meaningless distractions. Why? Because you've been living like a dopamine addict. And dopamine? It's not the feel-good chemical most people think it is. It's not joy. It's not peace. Dopamine is drive, a craving for reward. Every time you eat something delicious, dopamine spikes. Every time you get a notification, dopamine hits. Every scroll, every click, every ping feeds the loop. But here's the thing. There's a way to break that cycle. And in the next part, I'll show you how to replace empty impulses with purposeful action. And finally, master the art of true discipline. Ready to break free? Previously, we uncovered the hard truth. Discipline, not feelings, determines your future. Now it's time to confront the hidden force, quietly hijacking your focus and weakening your will. You open your phone, scroll through your feed. You see something mildly interesting. Maybe a meme, a short video, someone dancing, someone shouting motivation. And just like that, dopamine hits. A spark, a rush, a cheap reward. That's the trap. Your brain doesn't care if the reward is meaningful or hollow. It only cares that it's easy and immediate. And so, without realizing it, you begin to chase comfort instead of greatness. You chase stimulation instead of purpose. You start building a life of reactions instead of intention. Feeling bored? Open TikTok. Feeling anxious? Grab something sugary. Feeling uninspired? Watch another motivational clip. It becomes a loop, a digital trance. And each time you reach for that hit of cheap dopamine, your brain learns one thing. No effort required. Just escape. And this is how it happens. Over time, without a dramatic crash, without a breakdown, you slowly rewire yourself into someone fragile, someone ruled by impulses, someone who has forgotten what power feels like. Weak, undisciplined, controlled by momentary feelings. But here's the truth you've probably been avoiding. Emotions are not to be trusted. Think you need to feel motivated to act? Wrong. Think you need to feel ready to begin? Wrong. Think success comes when you're in the mood? Dead? Wrong. Because the people who succeed, they act whether they feel like it or not. They don't sit around waiting for emotions to give them permission. They move. They build. They train. They work. That's what separates winners from watchers. If you want to take back control of your life, you need to master one thing above all: discipline. No shortcuts, no exceptions, no negotiations with your weaker self. You're tired? Do it anyway. Bored? Do it anyway. Don't feel like it. That's exactly when it matters most. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "We should discipline ourselves in small things, and from these, progress to greater values." Discipline is what builds empires. It's what transforms goals into results. Not hype videos. Not one great morning. Just discipline, repeated, relentless. So, how do you reclaim it? Step 1. Eliminate cheap dopamine triggers. Turn off notifications. Set limits on social media. Stop using food or screens to comfort your feelings. Train your brain to crave real wins: growth, health, effort, knowledge, strength. Not the sugar rush of scrolling. Step 2. Make discipline your reflex. Not a choice you debate, a habit you obey. Train daily, even when you're tired. Follow your plan, even when you don't want to. Create rules, and never break them. Never say, "I'm not motivated." That's an excuse. You don't need motivation. You need movement. Step 3. Learn to love difficulty. If it's easy, it's probably worthless. If it's uncomfortable, it's probably right. Choose the uphill path. Take the road less traveled. Because what's rare is valuable. And value is never found in comfort. You say you want success, but are you willing to suffer for it? You say you want change, but are you truly ready to leave behind the person you used to be? You could read 100 books. You could watch 1,000 videos. But if you don't take action now, then it's all just noise. A city without walls falls easily to its enemies. And a person without discipline, they will be conquered by their own mind, their own fears, their own impulses. As the Bible says, a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. So stop waiting. Not for motivation, not for inspiration, not for the day you feel ready. Because readiness is a decision, not a feeling. And the time to decide is now. In the next part, we'll take this further and talk about how to use pain itself as fuel to build the life you deserve. If you're still with me, it means you're ready. Let's go. Earlier, we uncovered the truth. Discipline is the gatekeeper between the life you want and the life you're stuck in. But once you master it, something powerful begins to happen. Something subtle, yet life-altering. You start to realize that your life isn't shaped by big moments. It's shaped by habits, the tiny decisions you make every single day without even thinking. And that brings us to your next critical lesson. Number 4. Your life is built on your daily habits. Have you ever heard of the basal ganglia? It's a small cluster of structures deep in your brain. And its main job? Turning repeated actions into automatic behaviors. When you brush your teeth, tie your shoes, or lock your door, you're not actively thinking about it. Your basal ganglia has taken over. It's efficient, fast, and reliable. But here's the catch. This same brain function works whether the habit is helping you or hurting you. So if you start your morning scrolling through social media, if you hit snooze 5 times, if you reach for snacks when you're bored or angry, guess what? Your brain memorizes that too. It turns those unhealthy patterns into subconscious rituals. And over time, you stop noticing. You just do them. That's how habits become identity. If every day you say, "Tomorrow I'll change," but never take action, you're not just delaying progress. You're training yourself to accept stagnation as normal. You reinforce a story that you're the kind of person who dreams big, but never follows through. And while it may feel like these are just small choices, multiply them. Stack them. Play them forward over months, over years. A single action, done 1,000 times, becomes your reality. Success doesn't arrive with a trumpet blast, and failure doesn't strike like lightning. They're both built slowly, through habit. So now the question becomes, what habits are building your life? There are 4 core principles that shape your future. They are not theory. They are a proven formula, one followed by warriors, philosophers, leaders, and visionaries for thousands of years. Master these 4 habits, and you can master your life. First, master your thoughts. What does this mean? It means you stop letting fleeting emotions run the show. No more reacting in anger to careless comments. No more letting fear stop you before you even begin. No more allowing vague anxieties to paralyze you into inaction. Mastering your mind means knowing what's in your control and releasing what's not. It means learning to observe your emotions but not obey them. To channel your energy only where it truly matters. Because when your thoughts are clear, your path becomes clear. Second, build relentless discipline. Yes, you might feel inspired today, but what about tomorrow, when it rains, when you're tired, when no one's watching? That's where discipline shows up. Set the alarm and get up. Make a plan and stick to it. Push yourself to be tougher, sharper, stronger. Because if you cannot command yourself, how can you expect to command your world? Third, master focus. Do you know why most people never achieve their goals? Because they lack the endurance to stay with one thing long enough to see it bloom. They hop from idea to idea like distracted children. They chase noise, chase novelty, drown in distractions and never even realize how much time they've lost. Social media, pointless gossip, endless scrolling, all of it steals your attention and your future. But the successful? They're laser focused. They guard their attention like it's gold, because it is. So what can you do today? Delete apps that waste your time. Turn off notifications. Choose one goal and pour your energy into it. Ruthlessly. Fourth, and most important, take action. You can read all the books. You can binge every motivational video on this platform. But if you don't take action, it's worthless. Knowledge without movement is dead. You don't need more time. You don't need more inspiration. You need a single step, right now. In the next part, we'll go even deeper into the power of pain and how you can turn it into your greatest weapon for transformation. Are you ready to make suffering serve you? Let's continue. Thank you for staying with Live Stoic, Live Strong. It means you're seeking more than words. We're here for that journey with you. In the last part, we uncovered the truth about habits, that your daily choices build your destiny. But even with the right habits, discipline, and focus, one truth still remains. There's always a cost. And now, we arrive at the lesson most people try to avoid. Number 5. Greatness always requires sacrifice. Does this sound familiar? You read about working out, but never set foot in the gym. You outline a business plan, but never launch it. You tell yourself, I'll change, yet the years pass and nothing changes. So what exactly are you waiting for? A perfect moment? A sign from the universe? That one magical burst of motivation that will light a fire under your feet? Let me save you some time. It's not coming. There will never be a perfect time. No moment will suddenly land in your lap and transform your life for you. It's either you act now, or you stay exactly where you are forever. And if you're still here, listening to this right now, congratulations. You're different. Most people quit the second they feel discomfort. They back down the moment things get hard. But you're still here. Because deep down, you know every word matters. You feel it. So keep going. What lies ahead will not only challenge you, it will equip you. This isn't just motivation. It's a blueprint for transformation. And if this message has resonated with you so far, hit like, not for me, but for yourself. Let it be your small public commitment that today, you take action. You say you want greatness. You say you want to defy the odds, achieve the impossible, become the version of yourself you dream of. Then let me ask you, are you ready to sacrifice? Because that's the cost. No sugar-coated shortcuts, no loopholes, no back doors. You don't get greatness by clinging to comfort. You won't find it in lazy mornings or late-night binge sessions. You won't earn it through excuses or waiting for someday. Greatness is forged in the fires of discipline. In the moments when you choose to let go of what's easy for the sake of what's extraordinary. And sacrifice isn't some abstract philosophy. It's real. It's painful. It's personal. You want wealth? Then say goodbye to hours of leisure. You want a strong, healthy body? Then sacrifice junk food, skip the parties, wake up early, and train when no one's watching. You want wisdom and clarity? Then silence the noise. Turn off the endless scrolling. Cut the distractions. Read, learn, reflect. You cannot demand an extraordinary life while fearing the price you must pay for it. You can't dream of being a warrior while hiding from the battlefield. Every form of greatness has a cost, and if you're not willing to pay it, stop fooling yourself. Look at those who've climbed to the top. They're not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who were willing to give more, endure more, let go of more. Think of Marcus Aurelius. Do you imagine he gained his strength and wisdom by indulging in the luxuries of being emperor? No. He fought a daily war within himself. He resisted temptation, reined in his ego, questioned his emotions, sharpened his mind. That's where his power came from. Or take Epictetus, born a slave, beaten and broken in body, but from that pain came unshakable clarity. He didn't become a great philosopher in spite of his suffering. He became great because of it. If they had to sacrifice to rise, what makes you think you're the exception? Still think you can have it all without giving anything up? Then picture James. Again. James wants a fit body, but refuses to stop eating fast food or watching Netflix past midnight. He wants success, but won't sacrifice time to study, grow, or work when others are asleep. Every day, he whispers the same lie. Tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow never changes, and neither does he. So he stays in the same place, dreaming of greatness, but never reaching it. Are you like James? Are you telling yourself stories instead of living your truth? It's time to stop. It's time to decide. Do you want comfort, or do you want greatness? Because you can't have both. Either you sacrifice now, or you settle forever. There is no middle ground, no third option, no cheat code. Greatness isn't for the weak. It's not for the distracted. It's for those brave enough to let go. Seneca said it best. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. Let that settle in. If you've never been tested, you've never had the chance to become who you truly are. In the next part, we'll talk about pain itself and how, when used correctly, it can become your greatest ally, your most powerful teacher, and your most reliable fuel. Ready to harness it? Let's move forward. Previously, we uncovered a truth most people deny. Greatness always demands sacrifice. Now, it's time to understand what you're really up against, because it's not just distraction or laziness holding you back. It's comfort. Don't fear sacrifice. What you're willing to let go of will determine what you're able to rise into. It's that simple and that difficult. When you strip away comfort, say no to meaningless pleasures, and welcome discipline with open arms, something changes inside you. You become sharper, stronger, more resilient than you ever imagined. Not because life got easier, but because you chose to grow harder. Even the Bible speaks this eternal truth. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. If you cling too tightly to comfort, to the easy path, to your fear of letting go, you'll lose what matters most. But if you dare to surrender what's temporary, if you're bold enough to step beyond your familiar routines, to give up what's easy for what's meaningful, you'll discover something deeper, a life that is fuller, a self that is unbreakable. So here's today's challenge. Are you truly willing to abandon comfort? Are you ready? Not just to talk about change, but to live it? Take a hard look at your daily life. How much time do you waste on what doesn't serve you? How many distractions have become part of your routine? How many habits are pulling you backward without you even noticing? Cut them out. Be ruthless. Eliminate every excuse, every habit, every action that delays your progress. Set your goals and move now. Because greatness doesn't come from empty promises whispered late at night. It comes from decisive action taken when it's hard, not when it's convenient. And once you start to make those sacrifices, once you give up what once felt essential, you'll realize something powerful. The things you clung to, they were the very things holding you down. They weren't comforts, they were chains. And this leads us into your next lesson. One that might sting, but will set you free. Number 6. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Ever wondered why you're not where you want to be? Why your dreams still live in journals and vision boards instead of reality? Why year after year you feel stuck in the same cycle? It's not because you're not talented. It's not because you lack opportunity. It's because you're too comfortable. Comfort is silently killing your potential. You want strength, but avoid pain. You crave success, but dodge struggle. You say you want to control your destiny, but seek ease at every turn. You think rest is restoring you, but in truth, it's comfort that's draining you. Slowly, silently, relentlessly. Like a blade left unused, both your body and your mind are dulling over time. Picture this. A man works an 8-hour office job. He sits, types, answers emails. He comes home, drops onto the couch, and drowns in Netflix. Every day blends into the next. Until one day, his back aches. He's always tired. He tells himself, "I'm just getting older." But that's not aging. That's decay. That's what neglect looks like. And the same erosion is happening inside your mind. If you don't challenge it, if you feed it nothing but noise, entertainment, and recycled opinions, you shouldn't be surprised when your focus weakens, your creativity vanishes, and your willpower dissolves. You've probably heard of neuroplasticity, the brain's incredible ability to rewire itself based on how you use it. Use it well, and it will grow sharper. Use it poorly, or not at all, and it will adapt to laziness. If you always choose the easy road, your brain will optimize for comfort. It will become wired for avoidance, for weakness, for fear. But if you begin to choose what's hard, if you deliberately seek challenge, new neural pathways form. New strength emerges. You become more capable, more focused, more alive. You can reprogram your mind. but not from the couch. Think of a marathon runner. He doesn't start by running 26 miles on day 1. He pushes a little further each day. He gets uncomfortable. He grows through the grind. And just like that runner, if you never choose discomfort, you will remain weak. But what if pain, the very thing you've been avoiding, was actually your greatest ally? What if you could use it, harness it, turn it into power? In the next part, we'll uncover the truth about pain and how the very thing you fear may be the thing that changes everything. Let's keep going. Earlier, we exposed comfort for what it truly is, not a reward, but a trap. Now comes the moment to flip the script, to understand that pain, discomfort, and challenge are not enemies, but the very path to growth. If you never test yourself, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. It's easy to think you're strong when life is easy. It's easy to believe in yourself when everything is going your way. But true strength isn't revealed in comfort. It's revealed in crisis, in pressure, in pain. Epictetus once said, "Difficulties are things that show what men are. You don't know who you really are until you're tested." Just like a blade is shaped and strengthened only in the fire, you too are forged through struggle. A life without hardship may feel safe, but it's hollow. You grow only when you overcome. So start today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. You want to be stronger? Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect playlist, outfit, or mood. Go to the gym now. You want to become better at your work? Don't wait for someone to show you how. Seek knowledge. Train. Sharpen your edge. You want a more meaningful, purposeful life? Then stop running from fear. Stop hiding from discomfort. Step into it. Because every single time you choose discomfort over ease, every time you lean into the challenge instead of backing away, you're not just changing your circumstances. You're rewiring your brain. You're turning yourself into someone powerful. The Bible puts it this way: by your endurance, you will gain your lives. Without endurance, you'll never reach the life you crave. Without struggle, you'll never build the muscles, physical, mental, emotional, that growth demands. And without courage, there is no freedom, only fear, masked by convenience. Don't let comfort call the shots. Don't let ease make your decisions for you. Choose the hard path. Push yourself into the challenge. Make every single day a proving ground, a test of your will, your fire, your hunger to grow. And if you're truly ready to break free from the chains that have held you in place for far too long, comment below, "Comfort is a trap." Declare it. Then take the first step forward. Number 7. Small wins every day make the difference. Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself, "I'm going to change"? How many times have you dreamed of a more disciplined, successful, empowered version of yourself, only to fall back into old habits, old distractions, old excuses? How many nights have you looked back and realized you got nothing meaningful done? There's nothing shameful about failure. What's dangerous is the belief that success only comes through one massive breakthrough. That one day, out of nowhere, everything will change. You wait for motivation. You wait for clarity. You wait and stay stuck. Wake up. That's not how life works. The most successful people, they don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it, not through giant cinematic leaps, but through small, unglamorous steps, repeated every day. There's a story about a man named Mark. He used to call himself a loser, not because he lacked talent or potential, but because he believed transformation had to be huge. He told himself he needed a complete overhaul, a new job, a perfect gym routine, a radical new life. So instead of starting, he stayed overwhelmed, frozen, until one day he changed his approach. He stopped chasing massive goals. Instead, he chose one simple rule, one small action every day. 5 push-ups, 1 page from a book, 1 short note of intention. Nothing big, just consistent. A week passed. Those tiny actions started to feel natural. A month passed. Exercise wasn't a burden anymore. A year later, Mark was unrecognizable, not from magic, not from luck, but from small wins, stacked daily, like bricks building a fortress. Look at anyone who's achieved something great. They didn't just wake up extraordinary, they became extraordinary. One small habit at a time. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't go from a poor Austrian kid to a global icon overnight. He stacked small wins, 1 workout, 1 rep, 1 routine, day after day, until the world couldn't ignore him. And in the next part, we'll talk about the final piece, how to not only start strong, but stay consistent, no matter what life throws at you. Because greatness doesn't come from a moment. It comes from who you become every single day. Let's finish strong. In the last part, we revealed the hidden power of small, daily wins, those tiny, consistent actions that quietly transform your entire life. But even when you know what to do, even when the path is clear, there's still one enemy you must defeat: hesitation. Think about this. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before finally inventing the light bulb. 1,000 failures. 1,000 moments he could have given up. But he didn't, because he understood something most people don't. Progress is built through action, not overthinking. So what's stopping you? The problem isn't your lack of talent. It's not your resources. It's not even time. The real problem is your own mind. You overthink. You hesitate. You wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect alignment of circumstances. And by the time you've talked yourself into action, it's already too late. Your mind has won. Excuses have crept in. Momentum is gone. So how do you break the cycle? You act immediately. The moment you feel that familiar resistance building, you interrupt it. Next time you have something important to do and hesitation hits, try this. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Before your brain has time to negotiate. Before the excuses whisper their poison. Just act. Get out of bed. Open the book. Hit send on the email. Put on your shoes and walk into the gym. Don't wait to feel ready. Because readiness is a lie you tell yourself to delay your destiny. Do you remember the last time you looked in the mirror and asked yourself, why haven't I changed yet? Don't let that moment come again. Don't live one more day haunted by the same unanswered questions. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Stop debating with yourself. Stop planning your future and postponing your present. Pick one thing from your list and do it right now. If you move forward just a little every day, then 1 year from now, you'll be shocked at how far you've come. But if you keep hesitating, if you keep overthinking, if you keep waiting for the stars to align, a year from now, you'll still be stuck. Or worse, you'll have moved backward. You'll feel the same regret. You'll ask the same questions. You'll watch others pass you by, and you'll know you did it to yourself. The Bible says, "Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap." If you're always waiting for perfect conditions, you'll never begin. If you wait for a miracle, you'll miss the miracle that is now. You don't need to change everything today. You just need one small win, one choice, one step. And tomorrow, another. And a year from now, you'll look back and realize you built a new life, one tiny victory at a time. But if you do nothing, if you keep waiting, a year from now, you'll still be in the same place, still hesitating, still full of regrets, still wondering why nothing's changed. And you don't want that, do you? Then don't wait. Don't delay. Right now, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Number 8. You are the only one responsible for your life. Now let's talk about ownership. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked, why is my life like this? Why are your dreams still locked in the future? Why are you stuck in a job you hate, a body you're unhappy with, relationships that drain you? Have you ever dared to admit the truth? That you created this? That every choice, every delay, every excuse has led you here? It's a harsh truth, but it's also the most liberating one. No one else is responsible for your life. Not your parents, not your teachers, not the government, not the economy, not your luck, just you. Maybe that's hard to accept. Maybe it's easier to believe the world has been unfair to you, that you were dealt a bad hand, that you're a victim of circumstance. But if you keep believing that, where does it get you? If you keep blaming what's outside of you, what will ever change? Nothing. You can complain all you want, but complaining won't make you stronger. You can blame the world, but the world doesn't care. You can avoid responsibility, but you are the one who suffers in the end. There's one unshakable truth. You are the cause. And if you are the cause, that means you are also the solution. In the next and final part, we'll bring everything together and give you the final lasting truth about how to live with power, purpose, and no more regrets. Let's finish what we started. In the last part, we confronted the ultimate truth. Your life is yours to own, completely. No more blame, no more delay, no more excuses. And now, we arrive at the final key, the foundation of it all, your mindset. It all begins here, with what you believe. Your mindset is the filter through which you see everything. And what you see shapes what you do. And what you do shapes your entire life. If you believe you can't change, you'll never try. If you believe you're not good enough, you won't grow. If you believe you're just a victim of circumstance, you'll live like one, stuck, small, and waiting for someone to save you. But shift your belief, and everything begins to move. If you believe you can change, even slowly, you will. If you believe you have control, you'll stop complaining and start creating. If you believe you are strong enough to face what scares you, you'll find the courage to move through it. So let me ask you, what do you believe about yourself? There's a simple truth that most people ignore. Success does not come from luck. It's not found in lottery tickets, sudden inspiration, or the approval of others. Success comes from small decisions, repeated every single day. Want a better body? Then get off the couch. Move. Sweat. Repeat. Want a better career? Stop scrolling. Start learning. Build your skill set. Want a better life? Then stop waiting. Start doing. Because no one is coming to save you. No one's gonna knock on your door with motivation. No one is gonna drag you out of bed every morning and force you to make the right choices. It's all on you. Maybe that feels overwhelming. Maybe you're thinking, but others had a better start. Maybe they did. But that changes nothing. Because you are still the only one who can change your life. There was a man named Jackson. All his life, he believed he was just average, destined for mediocrity. He hated his job, but never looked for a new one. He wanted to be fit, but never exercised. He told himself he didn't have time. But every night, he lost hours scrolling through his phone, numbing his frustration with distractions. And then one day, he saw it clearly. Nothing was changing, because he wasn't changing. It wasn't the world. It wasn't bad luck. It was him. He had refused to take responsibility. That realization hit hard. And maybe that man is you. Maybe you're still living that cycle. Waiting, hoping, avoiding. But you don't have to stay there. You can get up. You can start. You can do the thing that needs to be done, right now. But remember this. If you don't do it, no one will. If you don't change, nothing will. If you don't take control, life will keep dragging you wherever it pleases, and you'll always be the bystander. So let me ask you, are you willing to look back 10 years from now, filled with regret? Are you willing to let your dreams fade, just because it was easier not to try? Are you okay knowing you could have done better, but didn't? If the answer is no, then this is it. This is your line in the sand. This is your moment. Don't wait another second. Don't search for a sign. Don't drown in another excuse. Get up. Take the first step. Do what needs to be done. Right now. We've just walked through 8 powerful principles. Principles that, if lived, not just learned, can help you master your thoughts, control your emotions, and develop unshakable discipline. They can help you shape your life, but only if you move. You can agree with every word, nod along with every lesson, and still fall back into old habits. Or, you can stand up. You can choose to become the person you were meant to be, not someday, today. No one is coming. There is no miracle waiting around the corner. It's just you. And a choice. Stay where you are, or take control of your life. Thank you for your time. If one idea touched you today, come back next time. It may reach deeper. Share this with someone who needs a quiet moment. See you in the next video.